Are you looking to optimize your health? Are you looking to get the best supplements at the lowest price? For high quality supplements and to talk to someone about what supplements are best for you, go to takeyoursupplements.com and one of our fantastic True Health coaches will help you pick out the right supplements for you that are the highest quality and the best price. That's takeyoursupplements.com. takeyoursupplements.com. That's takeyoursupplements.com. Be sure to ask about free shipping and our awesome referral program. Welcome to the Learn True Health podcast. I'm your host, Ashley James. This is episode 57. Hello, True Health Seekers, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Learn True Health podcast. My next guest is a bit of a celebrity. He was a former ESPN anchor on SportsCenter. He's an Australian-American motivational coach, speaker, investor, and he does several things. He has a company called Swannies blue blocking glasses, gorgeous, stylish glasses that you wear in the evenings to block out the blue rays from devices, which can decrease the natural melatonin production, or that's the hormone that tells our body to go to sleep. So believe it or not, there's glasses you can wear to help you sleep. And I know that sounds really but that's not why I invited James Swanwick to be on my show. I invited him because he has a very powerful 30-day challenge on his website. You can officially be part of his challenge, or you can learn from his podcast. But he has this challenge he does called the 30-day no alcohol challenge. And this is for everyone. He goes through the benefits of removing alcohol, almost like a detox, out of your life for 30 days. And the results are quite amazing, even if you only drink occasionally. He says that he has gotten feedback from the thousands of people that have done his program, and they all come out being able to notice that they have more energy, more mental clarity, better sleep, that they have deeper relationships, more meaningful relationships. So enjoy today's podcast. But I wanted to tell you that James sent me a pair of his Swannies glasses after I expressed I was really interested in them. I was kind of skeptical, but sure enough, I put them on in the evening and I was on my computer, I was on my cell phone, and unlike other nights where if I'm on my cell phone or my computer late at night, I kind of get a second wind and then I'm up till 1 or 2 in the morning. When I put on those blue blocking sunglasses, it actually worked. I started to feel tired. It was quite amazing. And he also gives advice for those who don't want to wear the glasses. He gives advice on how you can reduce the blue light that comes from our devices, both on your cell phone, on your computer monitor. So he has great info on that. But I just wanted to let you know that my personal experience was that his glasses actually worked. Now, I invite you to come join our new Facebook group. You can go to learntruehealth.com/group, or you can type in Learn True Health, all 3 words, in Facebook and join our group. We're inviting all kinds of guests that we've had on the show previously, and every time a new guest comes on the show, we invite them to join us so you can continue to follow the expert holistic health experts and guests that I've interviewed. And you can ask me questions as well, and you can also learn from the community. This is a great community of like-minded people. So if you love my podcast, it doesn't have to end when an episode's over. You can come jump in on the Facebook group and start a discussion, ask questions, or give feedback. Thank you so much and enjoy the show. I am so excited about my next guest, James Swanwick. He has been inspiring people to get a hold of their health through this very interesting challenge, especially I think for an Australian. So I'm just going to jump right in, and I'd love for you, James, to share who you are and how people can follow you, your podcast. You came so highly recommended by one of my previous guests that I'm just thrilled to have you here today.
Well, thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm Australian American. I've been living over in the US now since about 2003. I was a social drinker. I drank a few beers during the week, and then on weekends I might get drunk a little bit sometimes, but never anything too crazy. And then in 2010, I just got tired of feeling tired from alcohol. And so I just decided I was going to take a 30-day break from alcohol just to see if I could do it. In 30 days, I lost 13 pounds. I slept better. I got more productive. The quality of my relationships improved. And I went, wow, this feels amazing. I'll just see how long I can go. And I haven't touched a drop of alcohol since 2010. And then since then, I've created a program called 30-Day No Alcohol Challenge. And we've put thousands of people through that program across the world where they just quit for 30 days. And then at the end of it, they either stay quit or they just, they go back to drinking. But usually it's very much in moderation at a far reduced rate.
That's phenomenal. Did you experience, cravings or social pressure? What were the kind of bumps you had along the road while you were detoxing, while you were taking that 30-day challenge?
Yeah, a lot of people are always asking, like, oh, what about the pressure? People will ostracize you if you're not drinking because, drinking alcohol is so part of our societal fabric today, isn't it? It's just everyone does it. So initially I felt a little bit awkward in the first week or two where I would go out with friends and I would say, oh, I'm not drinking. And then, some of them would say, go on, just have one. Or like, oh, you're un-Australian if you don't drink,
Right.
just trying to make fun of me the whole time. But I, it was a little bit awkward the first week or two, but then I kind of got into the flow and I started to smile and laugh and joke and kind of almost make fun of myself for not drinking. And then when people saw that I didn't really care, what they thought of whether I was drinking or not, they just left me alone. It was like, oh, okay, fair enough. And so, that social crutch of alcohol, really, I lost it within, the first week or two. In terms of withdrawals, I was never a huge drinker. I want to be clear. I'm not here really to help alcoholics per se. It's more like the social drinker who knows that they're drinking just a little bit too much. And so I didn't really have withdrawal symptoms as such as like what an alcoholic might have. I guess the symptoms I could say is that I was a little bit irritable in the first week or 10 days. My sleep was a little bit disrupted. And then, at times where ordinarily I might have a glass of wine or a beer at the end of a hard day's work to relieve the stress, because I wasn't able to have that drink, I was kind of a little bit just like, oh, I feel a bit funny, a bit awkward, like, oh, I kind of want to drink. So, but that was it. After like 10 days, I started to feel amazing. I started to sleep 8 solid hours. I would feel energized in the day. I was happier. My skin got better. I mean, I got better looking, that's for sure, because you wear alcohol on your face. Like it really does dry out your skin. And everything just started to become just so much better after about 7 or 10 days.
Wow. So this whole idea, people are going sugar free and gluten free and dairy free, and they're cutting these things out. And I've watched people cut all kinds of things out of their diet, but then they still drink, even though they say they just drink socially. They still drink like a bottle of wine a night. And this is amazing. How many people do you think you've helped through this 30-day challenge?
Thousands. I mean, we've put over 1,000 people through my official 30-day no alcohol challenge, but I also have an Instagram page and a Snapchat, which is just my name @JamesSwanwick, which I talk about the benefits of reducing alcohol or quitting alcohol for 30 days. And so a lot of people who haven't officially joined my program, who just, follow my Instagram and follow my Snapchats, they always send me messages saying, thank you so much. You've helped change my life. I quit for 30 days, or I quit for 50 days. And now I see the benefits of not drinking, or I used to drink really heavily and now I drink really moderately. And thank you so much. So I would say through the official program, over 1,000, and unofficially, I mean, it would be tens of thousands now. It's getting that way because, like I said, not everybody, but like most people, I think, amongst our group of friends, either drinks or, drinks moderately or drinks heavily. And so this is everyone is touched by this. Like everyone has had some experience with alcohol. And so, it's a huge thing to have people kind of reevaluate their relationship with alcohol, even if they don't feel that they're an alcoholic, even if they don't feel that their drinking is holding them back that much. A lot of people just asking themselves the question, is drinking holding me back somehow? Even if it's just a very casual one drink a day, is that holding me back? And most of the time, actually, the answer is yes.
Absolutely. I'm thinking this, using alcohol just to take the edge off. I know both my parents, very hardworking entrepreneurs. They both ran their own startups very successfully. And my mom would come home and have a shot of vodka. And then later when my dad got home, they would both split a bottle of wine. And that really helped them take the edge off. My husband have actually removed alcohol from our house, from our life. And when we started removing these things, these fun little things we would do to relieve, like, cigarettes. People will, have a cigarette to relieve the stress, or have a glass of wine. We were left with sort of this, like, okay, what do we do when we're stressed? We would look for that crutch, or look for that escape. I'm sure that when you help people, that's one of the first things that happens. They realize that there's now this void in their life when alcohol used to help. What do you recommend people do to figure out how to put a new strategy in place?
Well, put simply, what do I recommend them to do? Anything else. And I know it's very simple, but it's true. Anything else. The truth is that when you're stressed, you don't need alcohol to relieve you of your stress. You just need to relieve yourself of your stress. So that's what's going on. But unfortunately, people think that, if I have a glass of wine or I have a beer, that my stress will go away and I'll be able to relax. Now, it's only half true. It is in the moment. It gives you this temporary, illusionary relief of your stress. However, ironically, that very same drink that you're having to relieve you of your stress is causing you stress ongoing. And it's causing you stress because you don't sleep as well as you should that night. So you wake up feeling tired and lethargic. And because you're tired and lethargic, you're irritable. And because you're irritable, you snap at your husband, or you snap at your wife, or your children, or your colleagues, or your boss, or you yell at someone in traffic, or you just go through your day just like, just feeling like angry or average, or like something is amiss. And it's all because you just had a seemingly innocent glass of wine or two the night before. So what I say to people is, you don't actually want or need the alcohol to relieve you of your stress. You just need to relieve yourself of your stress, and you can do that thousands of different ways. For example, you can simply breathe in heavily for a minute or two. Breathe in, hold it, breathe out. And if you just do this for just 60 seconds, that's it. 1 minute. It is amazing that in the space of 1 minute, your whole physiology can change, and all of a sudden your desire for that drink subsides, dramatically. Another thing you can do is just jump up and down, do burpees, do a couple of push-ups, do some star jumps, go for a walk around the block, pick up a book, phone a friend, take a yoga class, do some exercise, get some sunlight, write down in a gratitude diary. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do that do not require you to drink alcohol to relieve you of your stress.
I love it. Now, your website, we're going to have links to everything that James does in the show notes of today's podcast. But James, your website, the slogan you have is taking your life from average to awesome. What other ways do you help people, besides your awesome 30-day no alcohol challenge? What other ways do you help people take their life from average to awesome?
Yeah, well, besides my podcast, it's called the James Swanwick Show podcast. It's been going for about 3 years now. We've had millions of downloads, and I like to just always interview great guests who give insight into, how to improve your health, your wealth, your happiness level, your relationships. I've really been a studier of habits, of really good habits, and also studying bad habits. So I created a program called 47-Day Habit Hacker, which is at 47dayhabithacker.com. And essentially what I do is I identify, or I help you identify, what are those bad habits that we all have in our life, and replacing them with good habits. For example, the way that you brush your teeth is a habit. The way that you wake up in the morning is a habit. The side of the bed that you sleep in every night is a habit. The way that you answer your phone or check your email is a habit. So there are all these habits, thousands and thousands of habits that we've incorporated into our life going on every single day. Unfortunately, many of these habits do not serve us. They hold us back. You just mentioned before that you and your husband removed alcohol from your home. That is an amazing habit. That is a fantastic habit, because most people have created the habit of keeping alcohol in their home. And because they see it, it's in sight, therefore it's in mind, therefore they will open the bottle of wine, or they'll have the beer, or they'll pour themselves the gin and tonic, and they'll drink, and they've created this bad habit of drinking. So what I do is, what you and your husband did is you've removed alcohol out of sight, right? You don't have it in your home, therefore you never reach for it, therefore you never drink it. That is an example of a good habit. One more habit, another great habit is that I've developed is I lay out my exercise clothes the night before. But just before I go to sleep, I get my gym shirt, my pants, my shorts, my sneakers, and I put them on the floor at the end of my bed. So every morning when I wake up, the first thing that I see when I get out of bed are those exercise clothes. Therefore, I put them on my body, and because they're now on my body, as I'm sort of like, just stretching out, now the chance that I'm going to walk out the door and actually go and exercise is about 99%. But what most people do is they form the bad habit of going to sleep and waking up in the morning and then saying, oh, okay, now I've got to get my exercise clothes ready. And of course, sometimes it's easy to go, it's too hard. That'll take me a couple minutes. I'll just skip it today. And then you never exercise. So they're just two examples that I put in that 47-day habit hacker program. And it just identifies bad habits and replaces them with good habits.
And that is really the key to getting our health to the next level, to finding true health, is to figure out what habits are not optimal, and then replacing them with habits that would create optimal health. So that's fantastic. I love your idea of putting the gym clothes out, just like planning ahead for grocery shopping and only going down the aisles that you want the healthy food, instead of going down the aisle with the cereal if you're trying to avoid grains or sugar, or going down the aisle with alcohol if you're doing the 30-day no alcohol challenge. So go down the aisles in the grocery store that only has the food that is healthy for you, and then planning ahead on your meals. I love that, putting that's
a great habit, Ashley. Yeah, that's a great habit that you've developed there. I'll tell you what's another great habit, Ashley. I do not have a television in my home, and my living room and the sofa faces a bookshelf. That's ordinarily where most people in society today would put their television. But I've created the habit of, when I sit down on my sofa, my line of sight goes towards books. Therefore, I think about the books, therefore I'm more likely to go up and pick up a book, therefore I'm more likely to read the book. So I've created the habit of continuous learning by putting a bookshelf where a television would ordinarily be.
I love that. What's a really good book that you've recently read?
Yeah, I mean, I can give you a few of them. I read a book a day, and I've trained myself to do that. So I read at least four books a week. So just to clarify, on the days that I do read, I read a book, but I don't read a book every single day. So when I say I read a book a day, it means on the days that I read a book a day. And if you want to just see how I do it, so you can develop this skill and read an entire book in, say, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, on my YouTube channel, which is just called James Swanwick, if you just type in how I read a book a day, I walk you through that process. But to answer your question, I'm currently reading a book called The Truth by Neil Strauss. And Neil Strauss is a former Rolling Stone magazine reporter who wrote that pickup book called The Game. And The Truth is about his battle with monogamy with his longtime girlfriend.
Wow.
And he was always, like he was always a pickup artist. He was very good with women. But then he met this woman that he, fell in love with. But then he struggled to be just in one relationship. And he went to sex therapy meetings, and he went to he's experimented in the polyamory community, and then I won't finish the book, but it's kind of like his path through struggling with monogamy and coming out the other side. And I won't reveal what happens because I think I know, but I haven't quite finished the book yet. But it's a very, very interesting book, and for anyone who wants to, explore relationships in general. I know it sounds kind of sexual, which there is an element to that, but just dealing with relationships with longtime partners like a husband and wife, and the struggles that people go through with that. It's a fascinating book. The best book that I've ever read that's helped me the most is a book called Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferrazzi, and it's all about relationships and networking and connecting. And that's one of my all-time favorite books.
Cool. I'm going to have to check it out. Thanks so much. Well, James, what I love to ask guests is to give our listeners a challenge, something that they can do now and for the next 7 days to improve their health.
Well, first of all, I would do a complete investigation of your kitchen, and that means looking at the food that you have in your fridge, and looking at the food that you keep in your pantry or your cupboards. And 3 words: gut your pantry or gut your kitchen, which means go in there and look at any foods that are filled with sugar that you know are not good for you, that are not serving you, and literally just throw it out. Even if you spent $100, $200, $300 preparing, buying those foods over time, just throw it out. Get a big black trash bag and throw out all the bad stuff. That means cereals. That means cookies. That means most breads. And just gut your pantry. Just throw it all out. And then replace it with foods that you know are super healthy. I personally have a paleo eating lifestyle, which means I eat a lot of lean meats, a lot of vegetables, some raw nuts like almonds and walnuts. So I don't keep anything that's bad for me in my kitchen. I only ever have healthy foods because I know if I bring unhealthy foods into my house, I'm going to eat that unhealthy food, Ashley. I'm just going to do it. So the best thing I can do to create good, healthy habits is just gut your pantry and replace it and only have at arm's length healthy foods. The other thing I would say is if you have sleep issues, I would for sure, when you wake up in the morning, first thing, go out and get direct sunlight. The vitamin D and the sunlight that hits your skin, it tells your internal body clock, which is called your circadian rhythm, that, oh, okay, it's daytime. It's officially the morning. Terrific. Now, what that's going to do, Ashley, is that later on at night, it's going to help you fall asleep because your internal body clock has already estimated that it's nighttime because of when you first gave it sunshine in the morning. So a lot of people are like, what? If I get morning sunshine, it'll help me sleep later at night? Yes, absolutely it will. And then finally, I would say switch off your electronics an hour or 2 before you go to bed at night because the blue light that is emitted from your electronic displays is keeping your brain alert, which is disrupting your body's ability to create melatonin. And melatonin is the hormone that's created that makes you sleepy and it helps you fall asleep and gives you that deep restorative sleep. The other thing you can do is you could download Flux. It's an app on your computer, which it will automatically reduce the brightness level of your computer screen at nighttime. On the latest iPhone, there's an app called Night Shift, which again reduces the brightness level of your electronics. Or you can get yourself a pair of blue light blocking glasses. I've created my own brand called Swannies by my sleep company, Swanwick Sleep. And Arnold Schwarzenegger now wears them, and Rihanna and Charlize Theron, and thousands of people across the world. It's my own kind of stylish pair of blue light blocking glasses. If you wear those about an hour or two before you go to sleep, that's also going to block the blue light from your displays and help your body to create melatonin and help you to sleep better throughout the night.
I'm glad you brought up those glasses, because that's actually something I was going to ask you about. Tell us a bit more. Can you wear these blue blocking glasses throughout the day, or is it only meant for in the evening?
No, you can wear them throughout the day as well. In fact, a lot of people who spend long hours on their computer and who suffer from eye fatigue, when they wear them throughout the day, they're able to have more clarity and more focus, more energy, and they don't get the headaches and the migraines and the fatigue that people who do sit at a computer long days do. They're also great for blocking out the harmful UV rays. So yes, you can wear them during the day, and then but really the most important time to wear them is at nighttime, an hour and a half, 2 hours before sleep. Here's the thing: the Swannies that I designed are stylish enough that you can wear them at night. They're not sunglasses that you wear at night, because people who wear sunglasses at night look a little bit douchey, don't they? Actually, they're like, "What are you doing? You're trying to look cool. It's not working for you." So I deliberately designed a pair that looked like reading glasses, but have the orange lens in them. So when you wear them out at night, people don't think you're wearing sunglasses. They just think that you're wearing very interesting reading glasses, which can be worn at night. So a lot of times I'll go out to restaurants, or maybe I'll go to a bar or socialize with friends at dinner parties, and I'll walk in wearing my pair of Swannies blue light blocking glasses, and people will go, "Oh, they're interesting. Tell me about those. May I try those on?" And so it's a really interesting source of conversation, versus you walk into a social engagement and you're wearing dark wraparound glasses and the people are like, "Why are you wearing sunglasses at nighttime? You look like a freak." So yeah, if you want to check that out, you can just go to swanniesglasses.com and you can see there's pictures there of Arnold Schwarzenegger and a few other people wearing them.
Very cool. And for those who have prescriptions, are they able to still get Swannies with their prescription?
Yeah, we have fit overs. We are working on making it on being able to do specific prescription lenses to scale, but we haven't quite got there yet. But in the meantime, if you do have prescription glasses, we do offer fit overs. So you could just put those over the glasses that you currently have. That will block the blue light and will be just as effective as if you were wearing the non-prescription lenses.
That's really interesting. What led you to create this company, the blue blocking glasses company?
Well, I always slept pretty well, but I still would wake up in the morning feeling a little bit tired and lethargic. And I was always confused as to why, because I was sleeping, 7 or 8 hours, but I always still felt just a little bit groggy when I woke morning. And so I started researching this online, and I started to see a few articles here and there about the dangers of blue light from our electronic displays. And so I literally thought, well, I'll run an experiment here. And I had a pair of ski goggles, like snowboarding goggles that you'd wear up on a mountain during the snow. And it had this kind of like amber yellow lens to it. So I thought, all right, maybe that's enough to block the blue light. I'll wear a pair of these while I'm watching a rerun of the AMC TV show Mad Men. Did you ever watch that show,
Yes,
Ashley? Mad
yes.
Men? Yeah. So about 2 years ago, I'm sitting in my West Hollywood apartment about 11 o'clock at night, and I get on my computer to watch a rerun of this Mad Men show, and I'm literally watching it wearing ski goggles. It wasn't a very attractive look. But nevertheless, what I found is that I couldn't get through an entire episode because I started to get very sleepy after about 10, 15, 20 minutes. And so I thought to myself, well, these glasses, this actually works. So I found myself sleeping deeper. I woke up. All of a sudden, I had more energy, and I was like, there's something in this. Now, the problem was, Ashley, is that, when friends said, hey, come on out, we're having dinner, tonight at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, I didn't want to go out to dinner wearing a pair of ski goggles because I'd kind of look like a freak, right? So I was thinking, well, the other thing was I didn't want to wear a pair of blue blocking sunglasses out at nighttime either. So I thought, how can I put an orange lens, which blocks the blue light, into a stylish frame, which kind of looks like night glasses, which anyone can wear during the evening hours. And so I spent about almost 12 months trying to get different prototypes put together. And after almost a year, I came up with the current design, Swannies, blue light blocking glasses. And I started making them available on Amazon and then through my my website, swanniesglasses.com. And they just took off. I mean, people, who are familiar with the dangers of blue light just started grabbing these pairs. And next thing I knew, within like 6 months, we were doing almost 6 figures a month in sales, and it just exploded. And so people now around the world, mostly in the US, who are very health conscious and who want to sleep as well as they can, are now wearing these Swannies blue light blocking glasses at nighttime. So yeah, that's kind of the story of how it all happened.
Phenomenal. So we can take on the 30-day no alcohol challenge, get ourselves some Swannies blue blocking glasses, and achieve much better sleep.
I mean, absolutely. And look, this is not like a big sales pitch for my glasses, but even if you decide not to get my glasses, a couple of easy things that you can do is download that Flux app to your computer. I think it's F.LUX. And you can download that on your computer, and that will really going to reduce the brightness level and reduce the blue light level of your computer. That will really help. And then also just, not using electronics in the last hour and a half before you go to sleep is really going to help you with your sleep as well. Unfortunately, Ashley, I am a human just like you, and we're all addicted to our electronics and our phones and our computers, that I know that most people, even though they know they should switch off electronics a couple of hours before sleep, they won't actually do it. That's where wearing a pair of Swannies blue light blocking glasses can really help you.
I'm actually really excited. I'm definitely going to get a pair. I love the idea of not being able to stay awake watching Mad Men because you were wearing your ski goggles. So I think my whole family needs to wear a pair in the evenings. That's phenomenal. Well, it's been such a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much, James, for teaching us about how to get better sleep and more energy through trying on the 30-day no alcohol challenge. I urge my listeners to go to your website, which I'm going to have all the links to what James does in the show notes of the podcast, so we can check out your 30-day no alcohol challenge. But also, you've got a great free 12 easy ways to beat procrastinating ebook right on the front page of your website, so we can check that out. And I love your idea of the 47-day habit hacker, because the way for us to get to better health is through finding out what habits aren't helping and replacing them with good ones. So what you're doing is really helping people achieve health on every area of their life.
Well, thank you, Ashley. I appreciate the kind words, and thank you to you as well for asking me excellent questions and for doing what you're doing. You're helping people around the world with their health and their lifestyle. So thank you as well.
Are you looking to optimize your health? Are you looking to get the best supplements at the lowest price? For high quality supplements and to talk to someone about what supplements are best for you, go to takeyoursupplements.com, and one of our fantastic True Health coaches will help you pick out the right supplements for you that are the highest quality and the best price. That's takeyoursupplements.com. takeyoursupplements.com. That's takeyoursupplements.com. Be sure to ask about free shipping and our awesome referral program.